Hi, my name is Claudia. Today is September the 8th, 2019. I am currently enrolled in Anatomy and Physiology Part 2 at Azusa Pacific, and my assignment today is to inform a pair on how to basically insert a picture and label a diagram. I wish we would have done this assignment earlier when I first started this online course because I must have called my sister-in-law like 20 times. I do work on the computer every day, but I'm not actually doing things like this, so it was really hard for me to learn. And actually what I did was I wrote down the steps in the book so I could go back and look at each steps. So let's get started. I'm going to turn the camera around. So I have my computer up with the pituitary gland, and it's the gland I will be labeling. I'm going to zoom in closer. And if I did not have a picture in this assignment already came with a picture. However, if I did not have a picture in this assignment and I needed to insert my own picture, what I did was I would take the pictures with my cell phone and upload them to my computer. After I have them on my computer, what I do is I go to insert, and I would probably go to picture, and then it would open and I would find the picture just basically wherever I have the picture on here, and I would click on the insert button and that picture would be inserted into my assignment exactly where I wanted it to be. So since I already have the gland in here, we're going to pretend that I just did that step. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert. I'll go back to home. Then I'm going to insert, and I'm going to insert some shapes. And I'm going to do arrows. I'm going to do 3 arrows because I have 3 things that I need to label. So I'm going to come over here and I will click on the first thing. So that's the first arrow. And to make that arrow bigger, once you put that arrow in, it's going to give you an option to make it bigger, brighter. And that's what I did. And now you can see it, it's bigger. If you need to move this, you can move it like this. You can move it up, you can move it down. If you need to move it, say up some more, you just hover over it and you can move it up or down, just basically wherever you want it. But my first one is going to go right here. And I'm going to put it just like this and make sure it's touching that cell. And this first one is the acidophil cell. And in order for me to put the text in, I'm going to have to insert a text box. So I will go back up here to insert, and right across the top of the screen to the right, you will see here a thing that says text box. And I will do insert text box. And I want to draw my own text box. So I'm going to come down and I'll go to draw text box. I will go back in here and I will draw that text box. And this is where you can write your text. If you wanted a specific color, you can choose the color. So let me put my words in. And as you can tell, you can't see the other words, so I need to make it bigger. I like them bold, so I'm going to just highlight it and I will make it bold. If you wanted to do the writing to be a specific color, you could actually change the color by going here and it'll change the font on the color. What I do is I also let's see, it's not moving for whatever reason. So, okay, this is a perfect example. I just messed it up. So I'm going to go up to the top here and I'm going to do undo. So it just undid what I just did. So I'm going to click back on this, and when that little arrow come across, that's when you can actually move it. So I usually will put it here. And you can see it's filled in. So I don't want that to show the little outline on that box. So I'm going to click over it again, and I'm going to right click. When I right click on that, you're going to see it says fill or no fill or no outline. I'm going to choose no fill because I don't want it to have a fill. And I'm going to also do outline, no outline. Just so, actually it didn't do it, but here we go. We're going to do it again. No fill, no outline, and there. And you can still hover over it in case you need to move it. So like I will move it just a little right there. And that's my first cell that is labeled, this little tiny one. Actually, I'll move it up here where you can see it better. And there we go. It's this one. And I'll move the arrow over more. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to add another arrow. So I'm going to go back here to insert and shapes. There go the arrow. And I will take it over here and I'll put another one in. Actually, I kind of messed that up. It didn't start over. Undo. Let's start again. Go back to insert. These things are real tricky, you know, if you don't get them just right, sometimes they don't do exactly what you want them to do. There we go. So there it is, and it's now it's very thin line. I like it big so you can see exactly what it is that I'm doing. And I will put it here. I'm going to insert another one, and I usually like to insert all the arrows. I just basically see how many things I'm going to be labeling, and I insert all of those arrows at the same time. There, it's thin. I'm going to go back up to the top here, and I will make it just a little brighter. Here we go. Go back here so you can see it. It's now really bright. And I think that's pretty much it. I am going to go in and label these cells here. But this is how you would do it for anything that you would be labeling. If you want to make this picture bigger, you hover over it. You can zoom the sides in or out to make it bigger. You can zoom in on it. It's pretty easy once you figure out how to do it. Let me show you before I go just how to insert another text box, because to me that was the hardest thing. It took me a while to remember. So you go back again to insert, right across here, go to text box. It's going to drop down this box with all these things. I'm going to draw a text box. And I'll go here, and then I'll come back here, and I can draw my text box. And I'll do the same thing again, and I will draw the other text box. And I'll go right into my assignment, and there's my other one, and I'm going to go ahead and fill them in. This one right here is going to be the nucleus of pituitide. I can't say that right. And then the other one is going to be eosinophil. That's the one of the cells on the adrenal gland. And that's it.